Hi guys, this is the fourth part of the Build a Blog with Eleventy and Tailwind CSS tutorial. In the previous part we dealt with the styling of our posts. In this one we use Eleventy's filter to process our post data into more useful information. Filters are essentially functions that transform the output of an output tag. We use them like this. Let's say this is an output tag. We use the pipe symbol and then the name of the filter. This symbol is called the pipe, and all it does is directs the output to our filter. Eleventy provides a number of filters, and so does its template language. Let's see how we can use them. We're going to run Eleventy in the console so we can see how our site looks at the moment. As you can see, the date doesn't really look great. We're also using word count as a placeholder. In our post liquid file, we are using date as an output tag. We're going to use liquid's built-in date filter to convert it to a format that's more human readable. The syntax of the date filter is the same as Ruby's strftime method. And if you need help producing your desired output, you can use a site like strfti.me. We can add the date filter like this. We add the pipe symbol, the name of our filter, colon, and then the formatted string that we want our date to look like. The %D stands for day of the month, %B for the full month name, comma, and then %Y for the year including the century. If we save the file, we see our site again. We see that our date information now looks a bit better. We also want to add a filter that gives us an estimate of the time needed to read a blog post. As you might imagine, neither Eleventy nor a template engine has a built-in filter that does that, so we need to add a custom filter. Eleventy has template engine specific filters and universal filters. Both types are added in the Eleventy config file, which is the .eleventy.js file in the root folder of our project, and here we'll go with a universal filter. We're going to assume that on average it takes someone a minute to read 250 words. So we want our filter to count the total number of words of a post and then divide them by 250, which will give us the minutes that it takes someone to read the post. So inside the .eleventy.js file, I'm going to paste the code and then explain how it works. This is essentially a method of the Eleventy config object. Add filter is the universal filter, so this will be available in every template engine we might want to use. The name of the filter is word count. The output of our output tag gets passed to this function. Here we call it value. We use the string method split and the regular expression that will split the content of our post on one or more whitespace characters into an array. Then we use the length attribute of the array to get the total number of words in the post. We assume that an average reading speed is 250 words per minute, so we divide the total number of words of our post with the words per minute, and then we round it to the nearest integer to get an average reading time for our post. The filter returns a string with that number and then means to read. If we now save the file, we also need to add the filter in our post liquid file. We need to replace this placeholder here. We save the file and then we see how our website looks like at the moment. And there we have it. Our post information now looks as we want it. In the next part of the series, we'll introduce Eleventy's collections and pagination, which will help us build the homepage of our blog. I'll see you in the next video.